Sacred Geometry and Wealth. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Money Magic series. Wealth is drawn in patterns. The geometry is the spell. From the shape of coins to the architecture of banks, from the spirals and seashells used as early money to the hexagons and honeycombs symbolizing storage and plenty, geometry has always been inseparable from wealth. Numbers measure money, but shapes carry it. Geometry is not only aesthetic, it is functional and symbolic, woven into the very design of prosperity. To understand money magic, you must see wealth not just as flow, but as form. Form encoded with sacred geometry. Let's start with the most familiar, the circle. Coins are circular not by accident, but by design. The circle is endless, without beginning or end, symbolizing continuity. To hold a coin is to hold a little sun, a golden loop of perpetual return. Even when cultures used shells or beads as currency, they favored rounded forms. Roundness meant circulation. Sharp edges implied danger or finality, while circles implied flow. The subconscious still reads it that way. That's why poker chips, casino tokens, even digital coin logos like Bitcoin are round. The geometry encodes infinite movement. Now consider the pentagon, five-sided geometry long linked with humanity. 5 fingers, 5 senses, 5 elements in many traditions. In the Renaissance, the pentagram, the star drawn within a pentagon, represented the microcosm of man. When this geometry appears in architecture of financial institutions or in design motifs on currency, it encodes the idea that wealth is anthropic, created by humans, for humans, in human proportion. The pentagon is balance between spirit and matter. Money placed in pentagonal forms aligns with personal mastery, the reminder that prosperity is human-shaped. The hexagon takes us deeper. Nature uses hexagons for efficiency, honeycombs, crystals, even carbon molecules. 6-sided structures interlock seamlessly, maximizing storage and stability with minimal effort. No wonder hexagons appear in esoteric and financial symbolism. In many bank logos, subtle hexagonal grids suggest security and structure. When you see a honeycomb, you are looking at sacred wealth design, a natural vault built by collective intelligence. Bees hoard nectar, transforming it into honey, storing it in hexagons. Humans hoard wealth, transforming it into capital, storing it in vaults. The resonance is uncanny. Hexagons are the geometry of accumulation, storage, and organized prosperity. Then there are spirals, perhaps the oldest wealth code of all. Spirals are growth in motion. Shells, galaxies, whirlpools, fingerprints. Ancient cultures carved spirals on stones to symbolize expansion and return. In money magic, spirals represent compounded growth, investments that curve outward, expanding infinitely while always returning to the center. When you visualize wealth as a spiral, you remind yourself that growth is not linear, but exponential. Interest, whether sacred or vampiric, follows the spiral. So does generosity. What leaves you circles back, multiplied. Spirals are wealth's living mathematics. Sacred geometry also saturates financial architecture. Walk into a major bank and you'll find columns, domes, arches, echoes of temples. These are not accidents. Columns recall the pillars of Solomon's temple, gateways to wisdom and abundance. Domes represent wholeness, the sphere inverted. Vaults are cube-like, a geometry of containment. Even stock exchanges use ritual geometry. Trading floors arranged in circles, bells hung in arches, screens flashing in grids. Architecture is spellwork in stone and glass, embedding wealth into form. Paper money itself encodes geometry. Look closely at a dollar bill. You'll see pentagrams hidden in the stars above the eagle. You'll see pyramids, the most iconic sacred shape, representing stability and ascension. Triangles, circles, radiating rays, each a geometric invocation. Modern eyes dismiss them as design flourishes, but esoteric traditions see them as sigils. Wealth is literally printed in sacred geometry. Psychologically, geometry calms or excites the mind. Straight lines signal order and control. Curves signal flow and receptivity. Spirals mesmerize, drawing attention inward. Banks and brands use these principles in logos to imprint safety or power. Why does MasterCard use interlocking circles? Because overlap suggests union and exchange. Why does Visa use sharp lines? Because authority is embedded in angularity. Every logo is a miniature altar of geometry, programming your subconscious before you ever swipe. For money magic practice, working with sacred geometry is remarkably effective. Meditating on a golden spiral while focusing on investments affirms compounding growth. Placing coins in hexagonal arrangements on an altar invites stable accumulation. Drawing pentagrams during money rituals affirms human mastery over financial destiny. Even carrying jewelry shaped in circles, triangles, or spirals broadcasts these frequencies through your field. Geometry is a silent but powerful amplifier. What's profound is that this patterning is universal. Whether in Mayan temples, Islamic mosaics, Hindu yantras, or Christian cathedrals, geometry has always been the bridge between divine order and human structure. Wealth, being one of the most charged forces in human life, naturally adopted the same codes. You cannot separate money from geometry because geometry is the way humans trust form. If wealth is to be stored, it must be stored in shapes that feel eternal. Think of a vault: square walls, circular locks, triangular warning symbols. Each shape is spellcraft, chosen to encode protection, infinity, or authority. Think of a casino floor: patterned carpets in spirals, chips in circles, jackpot signs in flashing triangles. Geometry guides behavior, whether you are saving, spending, or gambling. It tells the subconscious what to expect: safety, risk, or flow. So the deeper lesson is this: wealth is not only number, but pattern. Money flows in currents, but it also rests in shapes. Pentagons remind us of human proportion, hexagons of efficient storage, spirals of endless growth, circles of eternal return. Every bank, every bill, every coin carries these codes. Once you see the geometry, you realize that prosperity is not random. It is drawn, designed, and embedded in form. Wealth is drawn in patterns. The geometry is the spell. When you align with those patterns, you don't just count money, you shape it. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Manifestation series, where we don't just talk about manifesting, we master it. Because let's be honest, manifestation has been watered down, reduced to vague quotes, mood boards, and empty promises. But you didn't come here to wish. You came here to build a reality that hits different. A reality that responds to your frequency, your language, your alignment, and your decision to stop playing small. This series is not fluff. It's physics, frequency, and fierce creative power. Inside the Manifestation series, you're going to learn how to collapse timelines, shift identities, and speak worlds into existence, just like the greatest minds in history. This isn't just about being positive. This is about being powerful. Here's what you unlock inside: Vision to Reality, the Vision Board course. You've heard about vision boards, but you've never done them like this. This is a full energetic ritual, a precision-coded map for your subconscious, designed to bridge image, frequency, and strategy. It's not arts and crafts. It's blueprinting your future in visual form and turning it into matter. Time, quantum timelines, and why time isn't real. Manifestation doesn't take time. It takes alignment. In this module, I'll show you how time is just a mirror of energy and how to collapse timelines using choice, clarity, and vibration. Past, present, future, they're happening now. And when you know how to navigate time quantum style, you stop waiting and start receiving. Quantum jumping, instantly up level. Your next level life isn't years away. It's one decision away. In this training, you'll learn how to quantum jump, how to shift into a version of you that already has what you desire. This isn't fantasy. It's how high-performance creators, athletes, and spiritual masters leap beyond limits. Jump now. Land in power. Every word. The power of affirmations and spoken language. Words build worlds. In this course, I show you how to use affirmations like spell work, not just repeating empty mantras, but speaking with vibration, intention, and spiritual force. If you've ever felt like affirmations don't work, this will change everything. You'll learn to command your field, not just request from it. The greats, learning from the most exceptional minds in history. We're not the first to master this. In this legendary module, we decode the techniques, habits, and quantum genius of the world's most powerful manifestors, from ancient sages to modern icons. You'll learn how to think like the greats, move like the greats, and manifest like the greats. This isn't another feel-good series. This is a spiritual weapon, disguised as a manifestation course. It's made for leaders, cycle breakers, visionaries, and soul builders. You don't need another wish list. You need a system that teaches you how to bend reality. This is that system. So if you're ready to stop playing with potential and start creating results, welcome to your next level. The Manifestation series is open now. You know what to do. Let's build what they said was impossible and make it inevitable.